With us now is Professor Cyril Cohen. Professor, thanks so much for being with us on this big day. There are still some exceptions where people still do need to wear masks. Talk to me more about what those exceptions are and if they make sense to you.
Yes, hi, Jeff. Very happy to be with you on that particular day, on that auspicious day. Yes, we are parting from, the COVID-19, but still we do require masks for some environments. For example, hospitals. For example, retirement homes, where we know that there are populations that are more sensitive to the infection. We have to take into account that the vaccines has done wonderful things in Israel, but still, the efficacy is around 95 to 97%. That means that still a few percent might catch COVID. So basically, we are maintaining very light restrictions when it comes to masks in those environments I just quoted that I just mentioned.
Yeah. Professor, talk to me about the Delta variant in particular, if you could. As this particular mutation spreads, there's evidence it is much more transmissible, even more dangerous than other variants. Are you worried? Should Israeli health officials be worried?
We should always be worried. And we can be happy of what is happening today, but we should be worried about that Delta variant. The Delta variant is commonly known as the Indian variant. And we know that it is more transmissible, 160% more transmissible than the British Alpha variant. And we know that it can actually affect also younger people, as we saw with the Alpha variant. And we are, I would say, a little bit concerned because what we are seeing now in the UK is that there is a rise in cases, mainly due to that variant and mainly in populations that are not vaccinated. And second thing, that even people that are vaccinated with AstraZeneca, it seems that the vaccine is less protective than, for example, mRNA vaccines. So these are sources of concern. We know that the Pfizer vaccine in previous studies can confer something like 88% protection, from symptomatic disease against the Delta variant. So in Israel, we are quite calm. We had I would say between tens to hundreds of cases in Israel of this Delta variant. And so far, it is okay, under control, but we have to be concerned.
Professor, another major restriction that will be lifted, of course, is the restrictions on travel, international travel. Israel will reopen in just a few weeks for foreign tourists once again, any individual traveler. Is Israel ready for that?
We hope so. I think that one of the greatest things we have done in the past 4 months is that we opened gradually. We opened and we looked at the consequences of what we did 2 weeks before that. And then we decided, step by step to move on to the next step. So right now, in Israel, life is back to normal. Let's say, it's the truth. And now we are looking, to welcoming back, I would say, tourists. So I think there will be some regulations, vaccinated, or I would say, people that will need to go into quarantine or something like that. But it is a good thing. So we're going to be cautious. We're going to let those people come to Israel because a lot of people want to come back to Israel and to be with us. And we hope for the best.